Good day, boxing fans. What a mammoth quality boxing card we have Saturday night on DAZN from Riyadh in the UAE. It is indeed pay-per-view worthy. And the fight that I am most intrigued with, or two of them, the other one we'll do in another video, but Devin Haney moving up to the welterweight division to pursue a world title in a third weight division. And he's got his work cut out because standing in front of him is an undefeated champion in Brian Norman Jr. It represents a great clash of styles. Let's break down the fight. Brian Norman is one of the young new potential world champions out there in boxing that could be a big star. He's got a high knockout ratio, he's undefeated, and he is putting guys to sleep. So, big puncher, Devin Haney, not the greatest momentum, even though on the record book he's still undefeated. He had that loss to Ryan Garcia where he hit the canvas several times, and he lost the decision, but it was overturned to a no contest when Garcia tested positive for banned substances. And his last fight he got back to in the win column against Jose Ramirez. He beat the former world champion, but he stunk out the house. It was a jab and run sort of way of winning that didn't appeal to the crowd. So there's a lot of people that think Brian Norman is going to roll over Devin Haney and put him to sleep. But I would say that's possible, but it's not so fast. Because if we look at Brian Norman Jr., he's got good boxing skills. I like how accurate he is of his punching. He's got power in both hands. He can really swat to the head and to the body. And he has been putting guys to sleep. He had a big war with Giovanni Santillan when he became the champion. And he took Santillan out in the 10th round. Brutal stoppage. And he's made two defenses since. In his last fight, he knocked Jun Sasaki, the Japanese fighter, cold in the 5th round. But I would argue that he has had guys now in front of him that came at him, you know, that were aggressive, that came to fight with him, that came to brawl with him. And George Foreman always says you never go forward against a puncher. And those two opponents did that. So I think they also had styles that played into the hands of Brian Norman. He didn't have to go and look for them. They were there for him all the time, and he took them out. Now, in Devin Haney, he's got a completely different fighter to anything that he has fought. Haney, we know well, he's former undisputed lightweight champion, put up a great performance, I thought, to win the junior welterweight championship against Regis Prograis, and he came unstuck there against Ryan Garcia. But, you know, if you look at the Ryan Garcia fight, Garcia won, although it was now overturned, on the strength of all those multiple knockdowns, and when he rocked Haney earlier in the fight, and it was with that left hook all the time. And the other spots in between those knockdowns, you know, Haney sort of outboxed Garcia, although because of all the knockdowns and being hurt, it wasn't enough to win on the cards. But, you know, Devin Haney, he hasn't got the greatest chin in the world. We know that. He's been wobbled before the Garcia fight by people like Jorge Linares. But he has got really, really good boxing skills. He's got a jab almost like Larry Holmes. He's accurate with that long jab. And he can box very well, you know, when he's in the center of the ring, when he's behind his jab. And he's beaten some good fighters. So, very, very good elite level skilled boxer. Not the greatest fighter. He does get hurt. And you can take him off his game. Now, against Ryan Garcia, you've got to keep in mind, Garcia probably has one of the fastest hands, a pair of hands in boxing, if not the fastest. So that left hook is lightning fast, and Haney couldn't get out of the way of it. Now, Brian Norman is also quick. I don't think he's quite as quick as Ryan Garcia, but there is that. And there's one thing about Brian Norman Jr. that I don't like, is his head is stationary. He hasn't got great head movement, so he's easy to find. You know, none of the guys that he fought recently tried to box him, but even in the Jin Sasaki fight, the odd occasion that Sasaki threw a jab, he did catch Brian Norman flush. Didn't matter in the end. But now with Devin Haney, that would be the thing. So for Haney, he's got to use that good jab that he's got, and he's got to double that jab, he's got to triple that jab. He's got to break the rhythm of Brian Norman. Norman likes to hang back, let the guy come to him, and then he hurts him, and then he starts going forward. Now, Norman's going to have to beware that he doesn't get too focused on hurting Haney and taking him out, but he gets outboxed on all the other spaces in between, and in the end, he ends up in a deficit on the scorecards. Who is going to win this fight? You guys tell me in the comments below. Who do you think wins? Devin Haney or Brian Norman Jr.? How do they win and why do they win? Now, in the beginning when this fight was signed, I thought Brian Norman is going to be his breakout win. He's going to knock out Devin Haney. The more I've watched of Brian Norman, I've watched a lot of Devin Haney, of course. I'm not so sure anymore. You know, that is my big thing. I don't know how he's going to handle a boxer that sticks and moves and keeps that jab pumping in his face. And Haney is maybe not a big puncher, but he hits hard enough to get respect. He knocked down Regis Prograis, and I think as a welterweight, he'll still hit hard enough to just not let Brian Norman Jr. walk through him. So for Devin Haney, if he sticks on that jab, and with that stationary head of Brian Norman also sometimes I've noticed he sort of throws his power punches, and he sort of lunges forward, and then he falls into a clinch like he did against Santillan. You know, and if Haney can anticipate the power shots of Brian Norman Jr., you know, he can just take a half step back, make Norman miss, and then nail him with a counter uppercut or the left hook. You know, as I said, no, Brian Norman is there to be found. He's just a very dangerous puncher. Usually he hurts you more than you hurt him. So that would be the game plan, I think, for Devin Haney. Brian Norman, yeah, he's not going to win a boxing match in the center of the ring with Devin Haney. He's going to have to be aggressive. He's going to have to go after him. He's like Ryan Garcia's got a great left hook. He's got to set up that left hook of his. And then when he gets Devin Haney hurt, he's got to take him out. And so far, Brian Norman has been a very good finisher. So I can see the fight going two ways. I can see Devin Haney finally, he tends to lift his game when he's in against dangerous fighters. And if he's on his P's and Q's, and I think if he's over the ghosts of Ryan Garcia, because he looked very gun-shy against Jose Ramirez. So that's what worries me a little bit about Devin Haney. I'm worried that he's going to be too tentative against a guy like Brian Norman. But if he's not, if he's got his head straight, if he does what he does well, I can see him outboxing Brian Norman with that jab and nailing him with a straight right after Norman throws, you know, because he doesn't move his head. I can see him putting on a boxing clinic, but I don't think he's going to do it in an uneventful way. He's going to have to go through some wobbly moments where he's going to have to survive. But I can see Devin Haney winning a fight on points like that. I can also see Brian Norman stopping Devin Haney, because I think he's not as quick as Ryan Garcia, but he can definitely punch. He's a welterweight. He probably hits harder than Ryan Garcia. And he's got more variety in his punches. Now, I can see Brian Norman hurting Devin Haney, and when he's got him hurt, finishing him. So what do I think is going to happen? I think Devin Haney is going to get in front in a points lead. He's going to use his jab. I think Brian Norman's going to have a lot of trouble with it. And then we'll have to see if Brian Norman can adjust to a boxer like Devin Haney. But I've got a hunch. I still think Brian Norman is going to do it. I think he's going to have a big headache. He's going to take some shots. I think he's going to come through it. He's going to nail Devin Haney at some point in time. And then when I think he does hurt him, I think he's got the variety of punches and the accuracy to finish him. So I'm picking Brian Norman Jr. with a come from behind TKO. I'm going for Brian Norman Jr. TKO 10. That's what I think. But it's an intriguing matchup. You're not sure who's going to win, and it's a great blend of styles. So that's it from me, guys. Please remember to punch that subscribe button. It really helps the channel a lot. And until I see you again, remember to keep those hands up.